Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatevers. It's me, Stone Whisperer, with a new little game. Now, today, we will be looking at some legendary items I have recently been able to find in Diablo. Now, Diablo is an action RPG game, which is basically you running around killing everything for loot. Great fun. So there was a patch recently which added in some new legendary items, new rifts. These are just kind of levels, and I've been playing it recently and collecting some items and thought, well, why don't I just save some up and we can identify them together and see what we get. Hopefully we'll get some really good things. So, this is me, a crusader, and I look dreadful. It's me in the middle in the green there. Don't really know why I decided to paint myself green and look dreadful. But, well, never mind, eh? So, first thing I will say is that you might hear a bit of background noise. Unfortunately, with Diablo, it's quite an intensive 3D game, and it can cause the PC to start going a little bit over the top with the fan. So, do apologise if that is distracting me in any way, but there's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. So, why don't we go and have a look at my stash and let my follower get out of it. Actually, I'll just dismiss him for now. So, I'll open my stash, and as you can see, we have all of these items with question marks that need to be identified. Now, what is a shame is that you can kind of guess what items they already are just by looking at the picture of them. I always thought it would be nicer to have a default icon so you don't know. Now, there's some items here, for example, a witch doctor knife, which I know I can't use, so I can identify these first. Daggers can be used, but they're not as popular, so we'll get rid of the daggers first, as they don't tend to be much use. So, what we do, I'll bring my character back. As you can see, this is my character. He's okay. I don't play it a huge amount. You can kind of do fairly high levels okay, but that's about it. So, we can right click on an item to identify it. So say we've got about 35 items there to look at, so why don't we dive straight in? So we right click, and as you can see, here we go. So what do we have? It is a kit bin or jet bin for witch doctors. Actually, that's not too bad as a witch doctor item. I'll pop that back in, however. I do have a witch doctor, but I don't tend to play them too much. And, so I tend to stick with my crusader, so let's go for this other dagger. I think I've seen one of those before. Let's see, what is it? It's called Kill. It's nothing really, it's a really bland, generic dagger, basically. I'll be able to break it down though and get some other items to start rerolling what I've got. Now, as you can see, it's actually showing you the weapon I already have equipped, that is a two-handed weapon, so it will actually give me more damage. So I'm not too worried about what damage looks like on a one-handed compared to a two-handed. This always will be different. We'll go for a stagger. I think this is pig sticker or something similar to that. Let's click and find out anyway. What is it? Well, it's got a socket on it. Let's see. Yep, it's pig sticker. Again, it's pretty bad. Having a socket with it is good, but the damage is so low, it's not even worth re-rolling. So I'll put these back in and I can come back to them. I'll just click up here. I'll maybe keep a hold of the witch doctor. I'll have a look once I'm done here and see if there's a difference. So the next thing I'll do is a couple of helms I recognise there. Again, I doubt there'll be much of an upgrade, so I'll collect them and we'll see. Now, they're the exact same item. Sometimes they'll just vary in their armour, but you can see by the icon they're the same, and it doesn't actually come with anything different. It's no really special items or abilities on it. So I'll just click and identify this one. So you right click to identify. You can see them going on there. You can actually do them all at once, but I think it's a bit more fun this way, don't you? So let's see what we have. It is blind faith, that's what it's called. The chance to blind on hit, which is the second item on it. I think it's the guaranteed drop on it or guaranteed roll. That's not how I'd even bother with, so what we can do though is right click on the second one and we can see what we get. Exactly the same. So again, blind on hit. It's actually better. You'd likely need to re-roll the armour to a socket to make it much use. And if you hold in control, you can see the range of values that you can get. Again, to be honest, I wouldn't really bother with that anyway. So we'll pop those back in and we can come back to it. So what shall we pick? We'll leave the green items until last. Those are set items and we're only familiar, I think, with that one. So let's see, what shall we pick up? We've got some bracers here. Let's pick those and see what those are. There's a couple of items in there I'm really quite looking forward to looking at. So that'll be fun to see what I get. So that's my current bracers. I run a fire-based build at the moment, so that's why I'm wearing those, is because to get a fire damage increase. So depending on the other items I get, including the set items, I could be changing my build, which is what type of skills and abilities I use. So I don't recognise either of those. It's not the same icon, so what shall we go for first? That one actually looks a little bit more exciting, despite the fact it looks a little bit more different. So let's identify this one. And see what it is. Steady Strikers. fairly bland on that. Certainly I can't see anything there which would make me choose that over my strong arm bracers. The resistance is okay, it's good. It's not needed though at the level I play at, because my gear has more than enough of that. Yeah, so that's... I might be able to pass it down to another character, but for my Crusader, it's not worth it at the moment. So let's identify these ones. Let's see what we get. Let's have a look. The Trial Coils. It's a new one to me. Lightning skill increase. Lightning skills deal more damage. So you'd need to likely reroll the armour on that one to get critical hit chance added onto it. Healing wells replenish all resources and increase all cooldowns for 51 seconds. That's actually quite nice, that. Healing wells are... You get a few of them in each level, but... Yeah. I'll have to come back and think about that. I might need to make a lightning build, maybe? Let's see. So, what else do we have that we can look at? There's a belt there. Alright. Let's go for these gloves. And do I have any other gloves? I probably do, I just can't see them right now. So, the gloves I have are part of the set, and they're pretty good actually. It's quite exactly what you need on gloves for a Crusader, so it's going to have to be a good set for me to replace that. Let's find out though what it is. Stone gauntlets. So it's got the reduced cooldown on it, which is really good. I think your best option on these would be to reroll the regenerate life into a critical hit chance or damage. It really doesn't compare though to the set I'm already, or ones I've already got on, so I'll put them back on, or back in rather. So I normally use two-handed weapons, so I'll just take the one-handed out. Is that the same? Yes, the same one. Or same type, and I'll leave the two-handers until before the set items. Actually, see, you've got another Maximus there. It'll be quite interesting to see what the difference is. Got, I think is that the Broken Crown or Leoric's Crown? I'm not sure, but I think if that's Leoric's Crown, it could be very good now. So, let's have a wee peek now. I think that's called Nutcracker. Again, these are going to have to be pretty good to replace what I've already got. What's that, Neanderthal? Again, I think if you get under 2,000 damage per second on it, it's really not worth it. That's the hook or something. Tell you what, let's go for these axes. And we'll see what we get. Let's click on that one first. Now, what is this? The Burning Axe of Sandkiss. Almost a one-handed version of Maximus there without the actual demonic slave. I really like the demonic slave Maximus. It does cause an extra wee bit of damage there. So let's identify the other Burning Axe and see what we get. it's got a socket, so that's always good. Reduces its cooldown, decent damage. That's actually not too bad at. Downside, doesn't have strength, but that's a tricky one now. I'm not sure if it's good. You'll certainly drop quite a chunk of strength off that. I'm not going to worry about it too much just now to say this. Even that's still not really comparable to what I've already got. So we'll identify this axe. I think it's called the hook or something. It comes with an ability you can actually hook and bring players, or to players, NPCs, monsters towards you, if I remember. Now that has a socket on it as well. A bit more damage to it. It's got attack speed, but overall it's fairly chunky. I'm not going to worry too much about that. So that will just go back and get broken down for materials. That's fine though. Even if you don't get anything good, you can still actually get some bits and pieces out of it. So we've got a sword. I don't recognise that. That could actually be new for me, or maybe even new into the game. Yeah, so it starts with fairly low damage per second, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's right click and find out what it is. That is new. You can see it's popped up there, a new transmog, which means I can actually change my weapons to look like that. So it's the ancient bone saber of Zamaculus. A mythical weapon forged in a remote region to slay a monster of unspeakable power. I won't even bother reading the rest. Nothing special about that at all by looks. It's good high damage, don't get me wrong. I mean, 300-ish is pretty decent for a one-hander. But I can't see anything. You have to re-roll the vitality or attack speed, I think, on that to make it worthwhile, but I think there's better there already, so let's put these back in. And again, I'll probably break them down once we're done here. So we've got a belt, another belt. That's quite promising, that one, I think. Ring amulet. So, again, we'll all leave the set items until last. So, I don't recognise, actually that belt, is that Vigilante's belt or Gold Braid? I'm not sure. No. Let's right click and find out. There's a belt called Vigilante's, which is really good at the moment. It's one of the best ones you can get if you roll it correctly. Ah, it is. So, that's got the reduced cooldown on it. That's 7%. That's good, that's what we like to see. It's got strength and vitality. Probably zero the vitality on that one, but not entirely sure what. That's certainly good to see though, because reducing your cooldown is quite important at the moment for Crusaders. So, although it's telling me my damage and toughness is lower because of it, actually I think this is going to be a much better belt. So, I'll click and put it to one side as I definitely want to keep a look at that one. So, this belt has to be pretty spectacular now to get some interest out of me. Now, what is it? don't recognise it. It's gold trap. Makes a bit of damage, but it's fairly applied, especially because I've already got the Harrington Waist Guard. It doesn't really compare. So I'm not disappointed about that, certainly. I got the Vigilante belt, which is really, really good. So I'll pop that back in, and we'll start taking out the ring, and another ring, an amulet, another ring, getting a lot of rings, and another ring. I didn't realise it was that many rings. I suppose it was an amulet there I got. Okay, anyway. So we'll go for the rings first. I only recognise that one, but I can't remember what it's called. So I've got 2 rings already, both are really, really good. So again, it needs to be fairly spectacular to get me to change either of them. One of them I think I might have gotten from a bounty bag, but I'm not sure. So, Band of Untold Secrets. It's a nice movement increase, but certainly it's nothing that I'd bother with at the moment. So let's just put that up there and look at the next one. I wonder what this one is. I recognise that. I can't remember what it's called. Band of Unity, maybe? Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Actually, it's kind of nice. A critical hit chance is always good. Resistance cooldown, again, always good. So, I think what I'd need to do on that one would be to reroll the attack speed on that to try and get critical hit damage. Yeah, that's actually quite a nice ring, to be honest. If you reroll the attack speed into high critical hit damage, that could probably replace my Aurora wound there. I like that ring. Let's keep that there. So what is this one? Let's click and find out. It is Broken Promises. Again, reduced cooldown is always nice, but you need to reduce cooldown and or critical hit damage there to really make it worthwhile. I could probably still use it for another character though, so I'll put them to the side and we'll see what this ring is. Just click. Has that got a socket on it? Yes. Handle enemies slain when fear, die in a bloody explosion, and cause other nearby enemies to flee in fear. Okay. Critical hit damage is low on that. It's got a socket. Don't think many gems have socket. Many rings have sockets. Can't remember if they can roll it or not, but to be honest, I think it's put to one side. So we've got another 2 rings to look at here. Let's click on this. Lyrics Signet. Again, it's basically you're looking at it, it's a experience increase ring. nothing overly spectacular about that one as well. It's most likely going to go to one side. The oil ring I don't want to replace as it is very good. So let's click on this and find out which ring we have now. It's another one of those ones. Broken Promises. Let's see how does it compare. They're both mediocre at best, but that's fine. I'm really happy. That's a good ring. I might need to look at a bit further. So we've got an amulet here. Doesn't ring a bell, but let's click and find out. See, I've got a really good amulet already, so I need to be pretty good to change over. And no, that's one that we can definitely put away. It's nothing really of benefit. I don't play hardcore games, so being under effects of stunt isn't that worrisome. So we've got some trousers here and a hat. Do we have any other? Oh, got an amulet I forgot about, or didn't realise. Okay, I wonder how I missed that one. So let's have a wee peek here. We'll go for the amulet again since we're doing them last now again. I've got an amulet that's pretty good already. You can see it's got the critical hit damage and the critical hit chance on it, so it has to be pretty good to beat that. Let's see here. Critical hit damage increased by 94%. I like that. But it just feels disappointing it's only 5%. I would probably reroll the attack speed on that to be critical hit chance. Extra gold. I'd need to sit back and take a look at that one. It could be a replacement for when you've got to have a change of a fire build. So I'll put that to one side and look at it. Now we've got some legendary pants. The ones that I've got I'm quite happy to probably get rid of if need be. So let's see. They're new ones. I've never had them before. They come with 2 sockets already, which is great. Hammer or jammers. These large pants can't be touched. It's a little pop culture reference to Mr. MC Hammer. However, I probably don't want to actually touch these pants as they're not very good. So I'll just put them there. Don't worry about it. Now that's either a broken helm or broken crown or lyrics crown, I can't remember. The top of it's a bit wonky, so I'm going to guess it's the broken crown. Let's see what it is. It's the broken crown, yeah, so that's going to be no use to me for that one, so pop these back. Now what we'll do is we'll take the 2-handed weapons next, and then see how these are. Now I know what all 3 of them are. I was happy to get a flail, I'm not happy to get that one, as it's one I've already got. It might be better, but not really. It's one I can break down. I've already got one very, very similar, so let's not worry about that. I've still got them. That's Shaper's Hammer, I believe. Let's click and find out. And it's normally good for lightning. So there's the, again, 3519 DPS. See, it's lacking strength and lacking a socket. So that would be 2 rerolls, and you only get 1 reroll, so I'll put that to one side. Now this could be an upgrade. Quite keen to find out. Will it be better than one I've already got? Or will it be worse? Let's see. Click. So it's got a socket, so that's great news. So it's got strength in it, but much lower fire increase and much lower fire damage. Definitely it's a worse version, so it's disappointing, but at the same time, it's still salvage and I've not lost anything from it. So I'll put those back in, and now we get the fun stuffer. Set items, click, 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 click. Let's see, so belts are always boring, aren't they? So let's go for that first. I'll just readjust the order of them, so let's go for a belt. I'm hopeful I'll get the Akans or Arkans set. That's quite good to work with. I've already got a couple of pieces from it. So, Black Thorns notched belt. It's nothing I'm going to worry about, being honest. It's lacking anything really of much interest, so I'll just put that to one side. Forgot that it could be a Blackthorn piece. So I've got some bracers here. Let's click on them and find out which ones. What do you think? It's going to be Blackthorns. Shackles of the Invoker. I think I've got one of some Invoker stuff already equipped, don't I? Yep. Even so, it's nothing really there that takes appeal. It's very much a Thorns kind of build, which is where you do damage to anything that attacks you. I'm not bothered about that at all. Right, I think this is Blackthorn's amulet, and as I'm not worried about Blackthorn's set, I'll click it and find out what it is. Ah, Traveller's Pledge. Could almost be good, is it? I don't need to really get the other piece to make it worth it. I actually think this is better anyway, so I'll put that away. We've got a set ring. I'm going to guess that's the other half of that, is it? Let's see and find out. Strength. No, nothing really about that. Even the set itself isn't anything that stands out as being great. So, just get rid of that to one side. Then I've got shoulders, helm, and more shoulders. All looking quite promising. Let's click on that one and find out what it is. It doesn't look familiar. In fact, it's not. This is new to me. It's Roland's Mantle. Now, Roland's is one of the new sets you can actually get in this one. I think I've already got a piece of Roland's equipment, so I'll need to have a look and compare them, because that might give me some extra strength. So I'll put that here as I want to come back to it and take a look at it later on. So if that's Roland's, hopefully this will be the Akans or Arkans set. I might be mispronouncing that completely. Pauldrons of Akan. Great, that's what I was looking for, was one of them. You can see it's a nice bonus, I think. That could be me going quite well with my armour of Arcan set. Now this helm looks promising. I've never seen it before. Definitely looks unique. So, let's find out what we have. Now it's got a socket on it, I can see already, which is great. So, let's find out. Is it a piece of the Arcan set? A piece of Roland's set? Am I unlucky it's an Invoker piece? What do you think? I don't think it's Blackthorns. I hope it's not Blackthorns. Crown of the Invoker. Well, the Invoker pieces. That's disappointing. I wasn't expecting that to be there, but... well, hey, you know, that's not to worry about. Definitely. I got 35 items there. I've got a few that are usable. I need to sit and take another look at them. And, yeah, keep on going. I'm not disappointed, actually. Some of these can make a big difference. I'll need to sit down and work that out. Yeah, that's been a very long video, in fact. I think it's my longest yet. Hopefully I've not bored you too much, and, well, everybody, thanks very much for listening. You take care. Have a great day now. And bye-bye.